Hey, I'm good.
All right, cool. Here we go. Jordan Ranaan with NJ.com with Armen and Levack on 104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. Ranaan, man, thanks for your time today. I always appreciate talking to you. And Jordan, I want to start right off the top with the Giants' decision to not extend Eli Manning's contract yet and to wait until next season, because if the option is that they have to eventually franchise tag him, wouldn't that mean if that's the only way that they keep him next year, if the negotiations fall through, wouldn't that mean that it is fiscally better to do it now? I'm just not on board as much as everybody else is, including yourself, with waiting to sign Eli to an extension.
Look, they're not really worried about losing Eli Manning. You know, Eli likes where he is. Eli's happy in New Jersey. He has a good life in New Jersey with the Giants. I don't think the Giants are really worried and concerned about nailing down a price for Eli Manning if and when the time comes that they're going to really start seriously negotiating and try and lock up a long-term deal. The threat of him leaving, then they have the franchise tag if need be. Very few players under contract for at least big money players under contract for next year and moving forward. Plenty of salary cap flexibility moving forward. I don't think there's any reason that you need to lock yourself into anything right now with where this organization stands out 3 straight years of missing the playoffs.
Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team, 104.5theteam.com with Jordan Ranaan of NJ.com. And Jordan, you were at the NFL owners meetings in Phoenix for the week. You talked and sat down and spoke with a lot of Giants brass, including co-owner Steve Tisch. What is the vibe coming from the Giants front office? Because we remember Jerry Reese last year making it very tense, saying, we either produce or you get out of here. That was last offseason. This offseason, what's the vibe you're getting from the Giants front office, starting with Steve Tisch this year?
Yeah, I mean, you're getting the same thing. You're getting, last year was a mess. This year, they think they're headed in the right direction. They fully expect to make the playoffs. And if they don't, reluctantly, they're all in line with it's a win or else season. They need to do something if it goes wrong this year. And I think they're all in line with that right now. And it's almost like a reluctant admission, like, that they have to make changes. They all sit there and think that Jerry would say, Tom Coughlin's doing a great job, and Jerry Reese is doing a great job, and everyone's doing a great job. But, if it's 4 straight years without the playoffs, something's not jiving here, and they're almost at a reluctant admission at this point that there's going to have to be change.
Jordan Ranaan of NJ.com with Armen and Levack on the team. He was at the NFL owners meetings in Phoenix where Tom Coughlin and others spoke about their expectations of Victor Cruz. Is there a fear amongst the Giants organization that Victor Cruz will never again be the same?
I'm not sure it's more that. I think they're confident that he will be the same. I think it's more how long is it going to take? Is it something they can realistically expect at the beginning of this year? Is it something that he might not be able to get back to that point until midway through the year, or is it something maybe that he won't even get back to that full 100% old Victor Cruz until next year? I think that's the more uncertainty is when is it realistically going to happen? And I think that's the big question the Giants have to face. And it's such a rare injury. There's not a lot of and this is what I asked Tom Coughlin this straight up, and that's what he said. He's like, that's a good question in regards to, this is a rare injury. I mean, have they studied it, and how much can you really know for certain? And it's really up in the air, and that's part of the thing.
Now, Jordan, another position that makes me nervous, not player, is safety. Like right now, they have 2 safeties on the roster. What are they going to address this? Is this a draft issue? How safe am I going to feel about safety day one of the NFL season?
Well, you're not going to feel safe about safety. Tom Coughlin said yesterday, he admitted it's a serious concern, and there aren't answers out there that are 100% definite. The draft is weak at safety. They're not drafting a safety with the ninth pick. Mark that down. There's a really weak class. I don't even see them being able to draft one in the second, maybe even the third round. I just don't see that as something that this team is doing. It's a really bad safety class. They're going to look at some alternative ways. I mean, they're going to look at Cooper Taylor and Matt Berhe and see what they have with those 2 guys. I'm not sure either one of them can really play free safety. I think if they have the 2 of them on the field at the same time, I mean, the hope that the 2 of them can start in the NFL and they're the same years seems like a really bad bet. It seems like you're going to be in trouble somewhere. That's a really huge bet, betting on 2 guys who have never started an NFL game playing start at the same time.
Ranaan, when you're talking about moving your cornerbacks to the safety position, are Stevie Brown and Quentin Dimps that bad? Are they so bad you don't want to bring them on just to have bodies?
There will be one of those guys added. I still think that's 100% the case. They've been talking to Stevie Brown. It's an offer that's been out there. So, but there will be somebody brought back in some way, shape, or form. It's just going to be a matter of time.
Jordan, as we look at the weakness at safety, one of the lines we've been fed is, well, we're going to beef up the defensive line. That'll fix the safety. The Giants, one of 7 teams to go check out the workout for David Irving, the defensive tackle who was kicked off Iowa State. A troubled player doesn't normally make his way into the crosshairs of the Giants. What do we know about this guy?
Yeah, I mean, he's got definitely a long track record. I mean, I wouldn't look too much into it, aside from the fact that the Giants have a scout out there in California, and he went over there and he looked at him. I don't think that's that unusual. So you know, they're covering all their ground. I would be a little surprised if that's the way they go, but you know, they're always looking for players, and when it comes to taking risks on guys, they'll take a risk on a guy if he's you know, a priority free agent signing after the draft, and players like that, you know, the Will Hills of the world, if they come at no real risk, you know, they would be willing to go in that direction and take those kind of gambles, so to say.
Jordan Ranaan of NJ.com, how nice was it to pack shorts when you went to Phoenix?
You know, we went to Phoenix for the Super Bowl. You guys were there.
Yeah.
And it was not nice. It was not nice.
Terrible.
It
time,
sucked.
let me tell you. This time it was sunny and 85 degrees every day. It was nice. I actually came home with a nice little tan, sporting a nice little tan from Phoenix this time.
Well,
Much nicer. I mean, it was a nice place, let me tell you. And the owners don't stay at some schlub hotel either. The Biltmore is it's a high society living right there.
well, what do you think, Levack? Our time's up with Jordan Ranaan?
Yeah, for good. Ever. Never again.
I'll see you at the Biltmore next year, fellas.
Yeah, Jordan Ranaan on NJ.com. Follow him on Twitter at Jordan Ranaan. Always has the pulse of the New York Giants. Appreciate you, Jordan, man. Good catching up, and we'll talk soon.
Anytime, guys. Speak to you later. Have a good one.